I don't know that I can answer that. That's an easy one. Can I not answer that? I have no idea.
I don't know. More pizza everywhere, all the time.
The world. I couldn't tell you right now. I'd be about 6 inches taller.
You have to ask me after I drank some beers, and that's really talkative.
Oh my gosh, that's a really, really difficult question. There's a lot of things I would change about the world and myself.
What I change about myself? That's a very good question. So I remember being asked a question in high school. It says, if you're going to be anybody that you could be, who would you want to be? Correct answer is yourself.
Right.
So I don't know what I would change.
For me, I don't know, I don't feel like that I could know what needs to be changed in the world, like on that broad of a perspective. I don't know everybody's existence or everybody's experiences, but I guess just that maybe in like each individual sort of format, like kind of what I expect I want to change in myself is just kind of what we were just talking about, that like understanding the framework that I work in, like really knowing what I'm working in, not necessarily even changing everything about the framework, but just understanding that it's my framework and being able to perceive other people's frameworks and not as like a bad difference, but just like that we can work with each other's perspectives better, or like being able to communicate those more clearly to each other by knowing them better internally and having that space to do that.
Well, I'm not so inclined to change the world. I'm rather indecisive for that, so I'd probably change something about myself, and I'd probably be less indecisive.
It's pretty bad. It's intense. It really doesn't translate well, though. Like, it's not one that's easy to understand, even if you do speak the language.
Oh, man. Pretty happy with myself. I mean, I know that's egotistical, but you know, I'd rather change the world, you know, all that peace and happiness stuff. Just wish more people felt that way, I guess.
Bring all the world's people on the same plane with a connection of peace and harmony and love for everyone on Earth.
Well, I definitely want to see more peace in the world. I want all the religions to work together instead of against one another. And just everybody to be friendly towards one another, open borders, and no prejudice.
About the world, no wars.
No wars.
No death. People get along.
And be peace always, not war. That's what really I want to do.
Well, nothing about myself and the world peace, for sure. More peaceful world. You know, no war. Everyone being nice to each other.
I need peace. Peace. That's what I need.
I would just make everybody love everybody. I think it's pretty simple, right? No more war. And basically no more murder, so like everything's balanced out. Communism might be the way to go.
How about peace on Earth?
Peace.
Peace.
If I were to change something in this world, it would be all this violence, war, change it. You know, people could get along, go to from one country to another. Hey, you wouldn't need border lines, you wouldn't need this, you wouldn't need that. And that's what I would probably change. A peaceful world, what would it look like? Well, a peaceful world would look like you know, I've never seen a peaceful world.
I would like world peace. Oh, that's not the Miss America contest. I'm not going to say world peace, because I know that's not going to happen.
But I really would just like people to be nicer to each other.
Wow, tough question. I'd be more nicer to people. Do more charitable work. Get involved with the community a little more.
I think people should be nicer to one another, helping one another out, you know, looking out for your fellow man. Like if somebody's passed out on the side of the street, like hurt or something, don't just walk past them. Just basically, you know, there shouldn't be any kids hungry.
I like to see people more friendly, because, I mean, for example, I just got in an accident this weekend, and, like, people passed, and they, like, never stopped. And I just wish people were, like, more friendly and more helpful.
Oh, boy, myself or the world? That's a good question. I guess I'd make the world friendlier.
I don't know. There's just, people don't have much patience anymore. So we need to be more patient, more cordial. That would be what I would change.
If I could change anything, I'm going to go with the world. I would probably, I don't know, people are so caught up in themselves and moving so fast. If I could change something, if they could stop, smell the roses, see that life is so short, and basically, you know, get along, respect each other a little bit more than what people do, you know?
I think the most important thing that I would change is racism. I think people should allow people to be themselves and accept people for who they are and just all get along.
By myself, probably nothing, because my disability, a lot of people would ask me, when you want to be normal? I always answer when it's normal, you know. My disability shapes me, has shaped me into the person I'm in. If I would change anything about the world, it would probably be the way people judge other people on first impression, and not letting them have a chance to prove themselves.
If I could change anything in the world, I would change the way that people view, well, considering that I work down here and I see it a lot, I'd change the way that people view the homeless and poor and drug addicted people, because a lot of times people who are drug addicted don't want to be and don't really have a choice because they have an addiction, and people treat them like crap when they're still human beings.
Right.
That drives me nuts.
What would change about the world? I don't know if I would change people's stupidity. I just would want people to be, like, I would change how reactive and unself-aware people are, and have them be more reflective rather than reactive, and do things based on thoughtfulness rather than impulse.
If I could change the world, I would eliminate all the ignorant people in the world, you know, or either that, try to get them educated in some way.